Draft prognostication and speculation take two. You're on the turn on.
Turn it up, Jado.
And what's up, YouTubers? Once again, it is 6:07 p.m. You're on the drive at 5. Actually, the mix at 6 with Terradome. I came to you earlier at noon, and then the computer proceeded to go down a downward spiral of infinite abyss, the likes of which no one has ever seen or occurred before. I have been on the phone with numerous people in numerous countries or not. And I think I am good right now. So I'm going to continue s'il vous plaît, pensez-vous, with how I was so rudely interrupted at about 12:10. My girls is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Shout them out. Let me get my music. Let me just do everything because we don't know what might happen. So I'm just gonna start it off like I started off. Ladies and gentlemen, up front, coming in, second time around, like Shalimar. Red Jet Shell, ladies and gentlemen. Red Jet Shell, welcome back. Smash that like button. Hey, Red Jet Shell. Tanisha's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Tanisha, welcome back, TD. Let's try this thing again. I know, sis. Come on here, man. Working hard like a Hebrew slave and putting the thing together. And then the man just come and just, I don't know what that was. I'll tell you more about the ordeal as we go on, as we proceed. I'm just going to try to get into it. I'm feeling a bit rushed because I don't know what might happen. Hey, Jet, she's shouting out her in there. We will engage targets as they appear, and we'll do it just like that. Up front, let's see what. Let me go to my notes. I was gonna do champ roll call. Jack B. Nimble, Rossini, and Vrabel. The great debate. Those were the topics I was gonna cover. I'm a little bit out of order. That might have been, what hit it, because Miss Tanisha had a wonderful question at the earlier onslaught. She was asking me how I feel about the Vrabel and Rossini affair, or we shouldn't call it an affair, right? We should call it alleged, maybe. Yeah. What I was alluding to was, I try to let people personal business be their personal business, but when you're dealing with celebrity and the media, football, possible voting for, coach of the year, things of that nature, it can have its toll on how you make professional decisions. And, some things in the Bible talks about the appearance of impropriety. And really, this thing, I don't even like to get into it too much because it gets real personal. But really, it's between her husband, him, his wife. They got to settle those things out. On a professional side, it is deemed inappropriate when y'all holding hands like y'all done made it out to a vacation spa getaway and you laying back in the pool. It just ain't look right. They don't pass the sniff test. Pause. It don't pass the cell test. It look a little some kind of way. Amen. And initially the Athletic was behind her and say, hey, that's our girl. We're gonna rock with her. We're sure everything will work out like it should work out, but Nah, we gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and part ways. As she has resigned. I had a graphic up there earlier. There it is. She has resigned since then. I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. She went on to resign, and you know, it's gonna get back to her husband and her. It's gonna be a rough take there. Gonna be a little rough. Gonna be a little tough. Uh, do I have a video file? This didn't age well.
I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about them. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
You know who lets me know my marriage is falling apart? My mom.
No, I did things in Miami I haven't even told my husband because it's just I had that much fun. It was well, not like that, but like I knew he would judge the kind of partying I was doing. I don't know what got into me. I just remember being down there acting like it was my last day on earth.
For 12 days, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to eat. My family's going to hate me. My husband's going to threaten divorce. But we've signed up for this, and we're getting divorced at the end of the year. We've never been more disconnected in our lives. Our text messages look like two robots.
Love you. Any of that? Love you. Love you too.
No, not even an emoji.
And so the night before my wedding, I remember Jimmy was great. He made like a funny joke like, hey, it's the night before your wedding. You sure you want to do this? And I'm thinking like, of all the people in my life that I'm going to talk to the night before my wedding, the one guy my dad wanted me to, or my mom wanted me to marry was Jimmy Garoppolo.
Which only goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, even in a storm or sea of controversy, Jimmy G finds his way up in there some kind of way. And I'll leave it at that. Moving right along, getting back to my slides, keep my pace, keep my place in this place. Champ roll call. Let's talk about some champions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the champs out of the way here. The UCLA Bruins was out there doing the thing, man. They beat South Carolina, man. I would root for South Carolina, Don Staley, man. And hey, them Bruins won't playing around. They look like the old Wizards of Westwood. Lauren Betts, that center, she just recently got drafted. She was just having her way out that thing, man. 31 minutes, 14 points. Gabriella Jaquez, she had 21 points in 34 minutes, and they are your national champions for women's basketball 2026. On the men's side, the Michigan Wolverines pull off that first one since 1989, another summer. Get down, sound of the funky drummer. That's the year I graduated. It's always going to be the sweetest year, thanks to the great Chuck D and Fight the Power. You know, it comes on 1989. Well, maybe y'all ain't with it. Elliot Cadu was named Michigan was named 2026 tournament most outstanding player. He was a UNC guy, and that NIL went and helped him out going on over there to Michigan. He put up 12.3 points, 7.5 on average, 3.7 rebounds, and a steal 0.7 per game. So yeah, congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines. They did some good things out there. You know what I'm saying? They bought Rory McIlroy won the Masters, ladies and gentlemen, on CBS. The Masters. It was his repeat, and it's only been a few repeats. I think Nick Faldo back in the 90s, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and now Rory McIlroy. I think I might have missed somebody in there, but hey, man, 2 green jackets, 2 years. He had a really good meal too. The champion picks the menu for the champion's dinner. And man, he had some good food out there, man. I know they just threw down out that thing, man. That thing was excelente. He went with some salmon and ribeye steaks with a whole bunch of good. And I'm hungry right now. It's 6 o'clock. We ordering some Chinese food. It ain't gonna come close to that, but he had some bacon skewers wrapped in the bacon was the wrap, and he had just a outstanding. If you go check out the menu on the Masters, man, he threw down on that one, and then he proceeded to go out and almost wire to wire. I think he got tied for the lead, maybe, and he had to come back on Sunday. But incredible golfer, and if y'all know me, I absolutely love golf. I started playing in '93 when I saw Michael Jordan on the Johnny Carson show say, well, no, I'll go back a little bit. It was the '93 finals, '92 or '93. He was playing Charles Barkley in Phoenix, and that day, the greatest basketball player to ever live was out there golfing the day of the game. So I'm like, dude, what real golf is like that? He won it like that. So hey, Mike was doing it like Mike. Got to be like Mike. I went out there and tried it. It is one of the most addicting things you'll ever do. And then from there, I went in the Army, and Army bases is 2 things a general will get right at every Army base in the world. He'll make sure his soldiers are trained, and that golf course better be pristine. And why you can go in the military and golf so good is because they're immaculate courses all around the United States, all around the world. And the green fees go by your rank. A colonel will pay, let's say, $50 for a round, but down to enlisted and NCOs, according to your rank, that's your green fees. And a private, a PFC could shoot around for like $12 with a cart. And, they do it like that. It's based on a sliding scale, if you will, like that. So if you're in the military, you get a great opportunity to get into golf, man. So it's pretty dope. And then you just instantly become a fan. You got to get a tip here, a tip there. You want to see how the great one does that one. You got to know your par. You got to know a dog leg right from a dog leg left. You start reading green. You start chipping. You start putting. You start, I got to get my swing plane together. You start buying books. You start doing everything, man. Years later, that golf will humble you on any given day. Nobody ever masters it, but for a time, the best in the world are called the Masters. It's a major championship, and that's why it's called that on CBS. That's how Jim Nance used to say that. Oh, no, Brett Musburger, the Masters on CBS. That was my jam. Let's see what we got here. Up for bids. Melancholy on this one, man. News out of Virginia. Our former lieutenant governor, man, Justin Fairfax, it was a tragic, it looks like a murder-suicide that happened. And I hate to bring a downplay on things but he was found with his wife. I think they were separating or divorcing something. And he was a young brother, man. I had my eye on him. This is him at a church meeting room in Richmond. And it's just really sad, man. Some things went on. Like I said, he was the former lieutenant governor. I thought he was gonna bounce back. He had some allegations and some things said about him the last time he ran for governor, and he was not successful. But still, guys come back off of stuff, man. He had he who has not sinned cast the first stone. There were things, and they were unproven, and later on either dismissed or found not guilty or not enough evidence or something to that effect. And you just figured the guy, he'll figure it out. Give him back a little bit of time. Let him get back in the cycle, come back but this was a pretty tragic event that went down, man. And he's got 2 little kids. I think they're teenage age, high school age, and the son found them, and pretty bad. So we pray for the Fairfax family, all people involved in those little babies, man. They ain't nothing but 15 to 18 years old, and just another case of tragedy striking a meteoric star. I ask for God's hand to help that family, help those children, and not only the immediate family, but the ancillary family and everybody who comes in contact with them, because that is just it's unfortunate and a tragic event. And he's a Virginia dude, man. I thought from all accounts, I thought he was a pretty good dude, but that went down last night. So that part. On a separate note, we are all about the draft. We're exactly 1 week away from the NFL draft, which will take place the 23rd. The 23rd is the 16th today. I know because the 15th was yesterday, and my pockets is a little lighter. Yeah, they a lot lighter. They a lot lighter. Uncle Sam wants his money. He's rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice, with his mind on his money and his money on his mind. So, shout out to everybody who paid their taxes and just rip that Band-Aid off, baby. Hey, it's all good in the hood. That's about that. Let me see here. It's so much made about the visits, and this is from the 49er News. We are looking at the visits, and the reason why I play such a big and vital role into it all is customarily, if you visit the San Francisco 49ers, our draft choice is in these visits somewhere. They just have a habit of doing that. And these are, at my last recollection, I pulled this morning, how we have had people in for visits. And they are very wide receiver heavy. Denzel Boston out of Washington, Chris Brazil out of Tennessee. Not that fond of Tennessee receivers because it just doesn't quite work out for Tennessee receivers. I don't know if it's just me, but maybe some other folks too. KC Concepcion out of Texas A&M. Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana. He's pretty good. You got up close and personal with him when the U losing the national championship. It was by special teams faux pas, but nonetheless, he's pretty good though. He's a tough kid, and toughness is what you want in a wide receiver. Kendall Daniels, linebacker out of Oklahoma. Caleb Douglas out of Texas Tech. He's another wide receiver. Alex Harkey, Romello Height out of Texas Tech, a defensive end. A lot of people were speculating because we do need help at edge, at the pass rush, which was, I think, anemic at best. So, that's going to come into play a great deal. Malachi Lawrence out of University of Central Florida, an offensive tackle, along with defensive tackle Chris McClellan from Missouri. Tyler Odietum. I got to get better on my African pronunciation and check for rules and things like that because I'm butchering that up a bit. Offensive tackle Caden Proctor, University of Alabama. Hey, he's a big hoss. He's a big hoss. Hey, if I could get a little vote. Safety Cole Wisniewski of Texas Tech. Okay. Wide receiver Kobe Young from Georgia. Offensive tackle Austin Barber. Offensive lineman Austin Barber's from Florida, by the way. Not a big Florida fan. Offensive line Greg Crippen of Michigan. Alex Harkey of Oregon. And we had a punter come on in here, stop through. Tyler Perkins, Iowa State. I think that might have been throwing Brock a little bone or something like that. I don't know. Hey, get the punter on out here. Let's see what you got. But we'll see. We shall see. And as I flip to the latest dip, we covered that. You're going to hear a lot about 40 times. The 40. Oh, the 40. His 40. I don't like his 40. I like his 40. He runs a good 40. The 40. Oh, what did he do in the 40? Conventional wisdom thinks or says that in order to get separation, you've got to be faster and you got to run a faster 40. That's not necessarily the case. And I am fully illustrating this with looking at the fastest NFL combine 40-yard dashes officially in history. And I want to see if any of these names jump at you as gots to have, get open, all pro wide receivers. Xavier Worthy, 4.21. John Ross, 4.22. There was a cornerback, a running back, and then we have Jerome Mathis, 4.26. Brennan Thompson, 4.26. Tyrone Calico, and he's at a 4.27. JJ Nelson at 4.28. Henry Ruggs, who you may remember rather infamously in the car wreck that took the life of, I think, a mother and a child, or a mother and a pet, one of the two. Tariq Woolen, cornerback, and Tyquan Thornton ran a 4.28. What I'm just trying to say here is there are other contributing factors into getting separation in the National Football League. And they don't all derive at how fast a 40 is. Y'all get my drift? So whenever people make this the end all be all of television sports and all the success we'll ever have, remember, it's not all about the 40. The 40s were great back in the 90s and the 80s because I used to drink old English 800 and St. Ides when Ice Cube was knocking them back. But keep your eye on that little ditty. Moving on. I'm removing that and gonna sketch through my stuff. Here's something I wanted to talk about a little bit. Back in 1973, there was a movie by Disney called the greatest athlete, the world's greatest athlete. It started Michael Jan Vincent and John Amos, most notably for Good Times. Y'all remember him. And it featured the escapades and adventures of a cat named Nanu. Nanu used to live out in the jungle of Africa, and somebody caught some film of him or heard about him, and they wanted to make their football team better with this great athlete. And he had a lot of success at track. I think like they taught him how to play a little football. They taught him how to throw a javelin, all types of stuff. And some of his great attributes could be attributed to success on the athletic field. Meanwhile, back in the day, the Philadelphia Phillies had a cat named John Kruk. And John Kruk was, man, he was a man's man. He just played baseball. He chewed, back then he chewed tobacco. Him and Lenny Dykstra just had these jaws of wads of red man chewing tobacco and stuff like that, man. And he played first base for the Philadelphia Phillies, had a lot of success. Even, I think, about 3 All-Stars, maybe 4 All-Star games. And when questioned to him, hey, are you a great athlete? And he said, I ain't no athlete. I'm a baseball player. This has got to be considered in terms of football. You're not always looking for the greatest athlete with these measurables and off the chart jumps, off the cuff, links and 40 times and, these measurables beyond belief. You're looking for football players. You're looking for guys who play the game. You want guys who just have high football IQ. And it's wonderful to have athletes. It's wonderful that they're smart, that they're have vested interests in various things, and they're well-rounded, and all of that good stuff. But at the bottom line, when the rubber meets the road in the months of January and February, you want good football players. When you're drafting, you have to consider this in the months of April. You have to be thinking in terms of December, January, and February. Who's tough? Who's a hitter? Who's going to say it's cold out there? Who's going to come to play? Who's going to dictate and who's going to dominate? Those are the things we need to consider when we're prognosticating, when we're going over who we're going to get. Look for special football players. And with that said, I did a really quick show. I just wanted to finish off what I had started earlier today. I appreciate everybody who was in here. I will be coming back maybe later on tonight, maybe, or if somebody else is having a show, I'll be out there in the chat or doing something, maybe jumping on if David McNalder's got something on Saturday. I got to work. I got to work this weekend, so you probably won't see me again until next week. I will be off Tuesday. So I'll do a show then, and hopefully my internet will be working finally, and we'll reconvene on this. I want to thank my audience, the wonderful Tanisha, the wonderful Red Jet Shell. Thank y'all for showing back up for me. Y'all so sweet. I will check y'all out later on. And remember, we walk by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. I'll check y'all out soon.